What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you with just a random updated video. We have the Remote Duel Extravaganza coming up about next month, early next month, and you want to check it over here. It's between October 7th and 9th. This is coming from the official Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game. You can see it over here. Not any links, just figure it out, kinda. You know, when Remote Duels first came out, I made fun of it nonstop. I think I was the first person out there trashing on it. And I said, hey, listen, I think it's dumb. I think it's silly. I think nobody should do this. Skype Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd rather take the rest of my health and go play at locals. But to be honest with you, it didn't matter. Like, I did my first Remote Duel Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals, and I enjoyed it. I had a great time, actually. And then I got addicted. I wanted to do more. And then I started streaming it. And we all hung out and played Yu-Gi-Oh! And it was great. And I'm looking to do that again on Twitch TV, YGOPaisano. Okay, so what's going on? Why am I making this video for? Well, the state of Yu-Gi-Oh! Remote Duels is kind of trash. And I don't think it's nobody's fault in particular, other than the fact that we don't have a ban list yet, but also because Konami really hasn't done much with Remote Duel as far as support. They pretty much said it's a locals, done remotely, and there's that. And to be honest with you, for a lot of players that are not returning to physical Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals, Remote Duels have way less incentivization. Microphone fell. Don't get me wrong, I think there are a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players out there who are still doing Remote Duels. If you go to my Discord, I actually made a compendium of locals that are doing Remote Duels. The dates, time, Discord server links, it's all on my Discord. But that doesn't negate the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh! Remote Duels are slowing down dramatically. Remote Duels used to have 30, 40 players easily for locals. Now they're barely getting 6 to fire off. So the question is, what's Konami going to do? Is Remote Duels going to die off? Are we okay with this? Is that something Konami's just going to go, you know what, fine, whatever? Or is Konami going to do something more? Or they're just going to let it consolidate to a very small amount of stores that are still doing Remote Duels, and those stores will now be the spot where you want to go for Remote Duels depending on the time of day you want. And there's a ton of locals doing it still, but once again, there's the top ones that are doing it, and there's like random ones that are doing it. Like this one's doing it at Tuesday at like 5 p.m. and this one over here on Sunday at like 9 o'clock. Like there's all over the place. So that's the kind of question I have here in this video. I'd love to know what you think, because I know there are some people like me who actually enjoy Remote Duels. There's some people who never play Remote Duels, because why? And now with locals coming back, even more, why? And of course, there are players that played it but didn't like something about it and said, I'm done with it. I think what makes it so much more confusing and frustrating is, you know, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Remote Duels really having the same kind of incentivization as regular locals. The only difference is you get to physically go and play Yu-Gi-Oh! As opposed to playing in front of your computer and getting it set up and doing a Discord and all that stuff, which is a pain. Let's be honest with you. You could pay $5, boom, you're at a locals, you're at a table and you're playing. That's it. That's simple. Remote Duels, you got to play. You don't get your price support immediately. And what happens? Now, once again, I'm the kind of guy, when it comes to anything Yu-Gi-Oh!, I present a problem, and I want to present a solution. And my solution is kind of simple. Add more to the pricing of Remote Duel locals to increase incentivization for players to play online. If you want that to be a thing. Once again, Konami, I don't know if they want to die, but if you're Konami, you don't want it to die, what are you going to do to make those players want to play remotely rather than just go to physical locals all the time? Or what do you want those players to do besides playing just on a Saturday? We're playing on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Because once again, if you go to my Discord, I have Remote Duel servers and dates and times for all 7 days of the week. But what are you doing, Konami, to increase incentivization? Me personally, since Konami's archaic and likes to do like blog articles, do a blog article. Announce the fact that, hey, listen, we understand Remote Duels aren't popping up like they used to. Here's what we're going to do. Instead of giving just like 1 OTS pack per entry, we're going to give 2. Or we're going to give 3. Or whatever it takes to get those players playing online. Once again, by players playing Remote Duel locals, those players are playing at OTS stores that are sanctioned by Konami. So Konami looks good because now they have more players playing. The OTS store makes more money because now they have a rush of players coming back to play Remote Duels. And the players excited because they have more incentivization. Are you really going to be cheap and not give out extra OTS packs to players just because? Once again, I don't agree with this. I don't like this. Konami literally shoveled down OTS 19 to every single store. I know this for a fact. I know a lot of OTS stores that received a ton of OTS 19. So why not give OTS 19 as well and say, hey, listen, here's another extra for your Remote Duel locals, and here's what we wanted to see you do with the price structure. And check up on them, Konami. I mean, it's not a lot of OTS stores doing remote duel locals, so check out the ones that are doing it and see what you can do to maximize those stores, well, player base, which obviously maximizes store revenue, and for the player, once again, it's more of a chance to win more prize support. I think if this is done, this would not only revitalize remote duels by giving extra incentivization, you do it even on a trial basis, but also create more hype for things like remote duel extravaganza. And let's be honest with you, remote duel extravaganzas are hit or miss, and as of lately, pretty much a miss. I mean, with allegations of cheating at Yu-Gi-Oh! Remote duel extravaganzas in the past, the number one important thing I would assume Konami would want to do is clear that up. And clearing it up means having a huge emphasis on clarification as far as what is bannable and what is not bannable remote duels. A long time ago, I'm not going to say which person or what happened, but someone that worked at Konami, from what I heard, said, you know, the players need to read all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Terms and guidelines and penalties. I read that because I'm a huge nerd, but they're just players that just buy a pack at the store, get a starter deck, and want to play these events. You mean they have to sit down and read all that crap? They're not going to do it. I understand that, but at least if you was to make some kind of, like, once again, because Konami still lives in the year 1998, like, if you still want to add in your blog that every player reads, a way to have, like, some clarification that's more simplified for the majority of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Player base, I think that will also help you with remote duel events, as well as a new version of how to set up a remote duels for players. Unless you want to follow on the shows of us YouTubers to show how players how to set up your remote duels, which I think is kind of silly, being the fact that it's only a incentivization for you, Konami, or the OTS store. And I don't think it should be on the OTS store's part, you know, because they're running a business. So once again, that's my whole take on it. I think remote duels can come back even bigger if Konami just emphasizes on better price support, not the same price support as a store, because in that case, I don't want to sit in front of a computer all day long. I'd rather go to physical locals, hang out with the boys, and play cards. So what's the difference? And also, I don't got price support my OTS packs immediately. I have to wait normally for the end of the month, and then pay extra on shipping if I'm not in the same state. It doesn't make any sense. And I think Konami, either you kill this off or you do it right. Because the way it's doing right now, it's going to die slowly like the alternative Yu-Gi-Oh! Formats. And I'm not talking about time wizard formats. I'm talking more like generation duels. How it just slowly died off. Oh, generation. What a fun concept. Set everybody at the first event to happen at. And then everything slowly died off. Don't let this die off. This can still be really good and can be still really big for a lot of players. Once again, like I said, I'm going to be streaming remote duel locals. Once we get a new ban list, though, I'm not going to stream remote duel locals now and then have to wait for a ban list and change everything. I'd rather wait for new bans and then do remote duel locals. I'm personally also looking to pick up tier limits. I'm going to have about every deck available. We're going to be doing posts, talking about the decks and all that jazz. It's going to be really fun. But it'd be even more fun if there was more prize support. Not just for me, but for every player playing at this event to add more incentive to those players to set up going, hey, Billy, instead of on a Tuesday night simping for girls on Twitch, why don't you hang out and do some Yu-Gi-Oh! Remote duels? Hey, if you pay $5, we'll give you 2 OTS packs, at least. Maybe even 3. Just come down and play. For price structure, we'll give you more OTS packs. Paid for by Konami, because evidently Konami did it to every OTS store, which kills, like they gave a lot of OTS packs to OTS stores, which I get, that's great, but you also killed the incentivization for those stores to run remote duel events when they could do physical events. Once again, it's just like, it's the logic doesn't exist to me. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you want to support the stores doing remote duels because they're doing more besides physical events, so like Grandmaster Games, why not give them extra OTS packs and go, hey, listen, this is a remote duel allocation that's separate from your regular in-store allocation, okay? And then for that, boom, and when you run out of that, because they run the numbers, they know, oh, Grandmaster Games is running out of OTS packs for remote duel locals, hit them back up and say, hey, listen, how much you got, what do you need, what are you looking forward to the end of a certain date or a certain month? And then hit him back up, boom, we'll send you some more, keep running these events. That's Grandmaster Games. You got a lot of other OTS stores doing it as well, so why not reward them? Give them more OTS packs so they can give out in price structure to their player base. That's what I'm trying to say. I know this is a bit of a rant. I'm trying to say remote duels, even though, like, beginning of the whole pandemic, I was trying to attack this because I thought this was so dumb, but it's actually really fun. For the remote duel extravaganza, that's a whole thing you have to tackle on your own. You have to find ways to tell players, hey, we promise we're probably not going to cheat you. And not, like, Konami cheating the players, but, like, other people cheating while Konami looks away. Like, I remember one of the rules was, like, keep your hand away from the screen. If you keep your hand away from the screen, you get in trouble. And then, like, that same weekend, I think, maybe it was the next weekend, it was a remote duel extravaganza where everyone just took their hand off the screen. And nobody said nothing, including the judges. Like, are you going to enforce your own tournament policy, or are you going to do it sporadically when you feel like it? And it was like a really common issue. I remember playing in that extravaganza, and hands were off the screen constantly. At least with me, my hands go off my playmat, but you can still see them because my camera angle is that big enough. Once again, Konami, are you going to enforce your tournament policy or not on remote duel events? I think this could be something massive. I think this is huge for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, but only if done properly. If not, if neglected, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players will pull away from remote duels and go to more physical events. It's up to you at the end of the day. I hope this still lasts. I hope Konami takes any bit of this advice, because as much as I used to make fun of remote duels, I'm diehard for it. I think it's great for the game, great for the players, great for the OTS store, and great for Konami to maintain more players, asses, and seats, whether it's at home or the OTS store, by doing it the right way. Anyway, it's your boy V. You boys all have a great day.